Why website spam can be a sign of danger. Spam. If you have an email address, which you probably do, you'll have had a few emails offering all sorts. Most of them fake and some of them are just scammers. A few of these a month is just about bearable, but dozens of these a week just isn't. Spam via a contact form on your website isn't fun. You get your hopes up when you see a few inquiries come in, only to have them dashed that they aren't real. It's just some obscure people from Russia, the USA or China trying to sell you some blue pills. Or are they? Like in the film Jurassic Park, where the velociraptors test the defences of their enclosure for weaknesses, so do spammers see what they can get through a website's defences. I've been building websites since 1998. At my first job, we built websites in Notepad, which was a simple text editor. And contact forms were written in HTML using an external Perl script in a CGI bin folder. I know that's probably gobbledygook to most of you. To this day, I think of CGI as standing for Common Gateway Interface, not computer generated graphics. That was back in the early 2000s, and spam was just a bit of a nuisance back then. A few years later, it was becoming a real problem. Often, contact forms would get hijacked from an outside source and send out masses of spam using that form's code. We had to put in better and better measures to combat the issue. It's a constantly changing landscape which feels like an arms race between spammers and us website developers. We look after hundreds of websites, most of which have a contact form of some kind, as having a visible email address means the risk of direct spam is highly increased. Just to clarify, there are lots of types of spammers and hackers, ones which target computer systems, as we've seen with the NHS, and some targeting operating systems on smartphones and computers. This article is purely about website security. Whilst similar in approach, there are some differences in how we keep them safe. Why do spammers target websites? There are two types of hackers, ones with nothing better to do and who are just playing and seeing what they can get away with. They're not much better than common vandals. The other is people with some clear intent. It may be they think they're working for some greater good or extorting money or information from people. If your website is targeted, it's more likely it's a bored teenager who's let loose some kind of bots onto the web to see what it can do. Perhaps they think they're going to get famous. It has happened. Apart from spam being annoying, what's the danger? If your site is targeted and the security is poor enough that the spammers are able to send out masses of spam, it could get your mail server blacklisted. If your email is on shared hosting with your website, your hosting provider could take down your service altogether until the bug is fixed on your site. Another scenario is the spammers find a weakness and hack into your site. This may lead them to adding inappropriate content or take down your site completely. What can be done about it? If you have a WordPress or Drupal website, then keep all of the software up to date and all of the back-end server stuff too. If that's too technical, call us. You may need an expert for help. For all of our websites, we monitor and add extra measures to keep spam to a minimum, as well as keeping all of the security up to date too. So visit polyspiral.com if you need any help with your website security.